Good morning, all of you. My very warm greetings to all the participants of the M Enabling Summit. Also, my very deep apologies for not being there personally. Uh, Due to certain personal reasons, I had to cancel my trip at the last minute, and it's something that I couldn't help. And at the same time, I'm very sorry for not being there with you this morning today. On behalf of the Disabled People's International DPI, I would like to extend my warmest greetings to all of you at this very important summit. Disabled People's International, as you are aware, was set up in 1981 on the simple premise or the simple slogan, nothing about us without us. The disabled people were saying that now we want to be in control of our lives. We do not want decisions to be taken by parents or professionals, and that it's the disabled people who should be in the leadership positions, who should be in the policy making, decision making positions. And you can imagine as to how powerful that idea was for it to spread across the world in 230 countries as we speak, over 5 continents. And today DPI is the world's only disabled people's organization, which speaks, I can say, on behalf of the 1 billion disabled people on planet Earth, particularly the disabled people of the global south. Now, as you know, according to WHO, there are as many as 1 billion people with disabilities on the planet today. And that theory or that figure perhaps can be debated, but what cannot be debated is that 80% of those people with disabilities belong to the global south, to countries in Asia, Pacific, Africa, Latin America, places which are poor, places which are challenged, places or countries which are still developing. And in any discourse on disability, we should not forget that 80% of that population belongs to such countries with such challenges. Mobile technologies represent one of the most important breakthroughs for all of the mankind, and I would say particularly for people with disabilities. Mobiles cover all the regions. They reach out to the poorest, to the most disenfranchised, particularly in countries or areas where connectivity was either not there or was totally missing. Mobile solutions can break isolation, improve personal safety, orient and guide, give access to digital content, and you can imagine how important that is for people who are print impaired, for people who are blind, for people who are visually impaired. Help communicate, which again one can only imagine as to how important that is for people who are deaf or people who are hearing impaired. Support M-Health, support M-Education, and the most fascinating aspect of this advent of technology, one can say, is that it's anytime, anywhere, and at a fraction of a cost of what used to be before. However, in spite of all these promises, the users with disabilities remain largely underserved. It's because of the lack of awareness and also because of the lack of accessibility. But the other very important factor to underline and to flag is the economics of it all. So a phone which is only $100, or a application or a assistive device which is only $100, maybe hardly worth a thought for someone in Europe or someone in North America, or thanks also to your policies and thanks to, say, the social security system, etc., which exists.
...
...   ...   ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ...
... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ...
the local currency in a place like India, Bangladesh, countries of West Africa, countries in the ex-Soviet nations. It's a lot of money, and not many people are able to afford that. So affordability, awareness, and the accessibility of the technology are challenges that we need to address. The M Enabling Summit being organized by G3 ICT, as I said, is happening at a very opportune time. I think the organizers, all my friends at G3 ICT, particularly my very good friend Axel, deserve our congratulations right at the very outset. And we at DPI, we at the Disabled People's International, place great hopes that the work that you all will undertake at this summit will promote new solutions and will also explore the lowering of the costs. I think it's also important to build a consensus amongst policymakers and decision makers, particularly the telecom regulatory authorities, and those of you who are from the so-called developed world, or those of you who have made advances. I think need to take this discourse to the other parts of the globe, where perhaps the policies and the laws either don't exist, or are very poor, or are not implemented. So to my mind, that's the objective, and to my mind, that's the challenge. And if I was to put it in one sentence, I would say that the challenge for you at this summit is to address the needs of the poorest persons with disabilities around the world. I deeply regret not being there with you this morning. I wish I was there in person, and I can say it with absolute sincerity that even though I'm not there, my heart, my mind, I can go to the extent of saying that my soul is there with you this morning today. I wish all of you the very best. I wish all my colleagues at G3 ICT the very best. And I once again extend my personal greetings to Axel, to whom all of us owe a debt, for organizing this summit. And I hope that you have a good time, that you have a productive summit, and I look forward to hearing from all of you as to what the results were. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. All the very best.